Hello, welcome to my website. My name is Robert Beijing, and I'm a teacher at Qatar Leadership Academy and a student in the Professional Masters of Education program at Queen's University. As part of my final project in a self-regulated inquiry and learning class, I've created a website. I wanted to develop some self-regulated learning strategies that I could bring back with me to Qatar. The presentation will introduce some of the work that I've done. First of all, what is self-regulated learning? It's your ability to control your cognitive and behavioral processes required for learning. The cycle in the image below was created by Zimmerman in 2002. It's a three-phase cycle that strong self-regulated learners go through. In the forethought phase, learners analyze a task and set goals. In the performance phase, learners observe and evaluate how they're doing and adjust according to their performance. In the self-reflection phase, learners reflect on their work and look for ways to improve it in the future. Okay, so hopefully at this point you're asking, why is this important? I found 3 studies that discuss the importance of self-regulated learning. Ethne and al. Completed a series of interviews and surveys in Auckland, Australia. They found that students with higher self-regulated learning skills had significantly higher grades than those with lower self-regulated learning skills. The second study I found was by Zimmerman, and he stated that self-regulated learning helps students set goals, monitor performance, manage time, adapt, and self-evaluate. He stated that these skills are the ones required to be successful in the workforce. The third study that I want to share is a video by Stuart Shanker. He spoke at a conference regarding self-regulated learning in young children. His research discovered that those with high self-regulated learning skills were less likely to develop cardiovascular disease, obesity, and to participate in risky behavior. So hopefully at this point you understand its importance. However, you might be asking now, do students in Qatar self-regulate well? According to research by Mohammed Adnan, Shukeri Mohammed, Sharifa Bunyamin, and Arifan Mamat, they stated that non-Islamic students in Malaysia scored higher in all self-regulated learning categories, especially metacognition and organization, when compared to Islamic students. Research by Aisha Al-Harthi found that Middle Eastern students collaborated more in comparison to American students. Other than that, she found that there were very few differences in self-regulated learning skills between American and Middle Eastern students. Therefore, based on this research, students in Qatar may have lower than average self-regulated learning skills compared to Western students. However, they should have more developed collaborative skills. This means that teachers must explicitly teach self-regulated learning skills and strategies to their students. Zimmerman and Kitstantzas in 2005 developed a 4-stage perceived self-regulated development theory. In stage 1, students only observe self-regulated learning around them. In stage 2, students can imitate those observed self-regulated learning skills. In stage 3, students use the strategies independently. In stage 4, they can use these skills in complex situations that demand higher levels of self-regulatory skills. Based on Mohammed Adnan and his colleagues' research, students in Qatar may only be at stage 1 or 2 in their development of self-regulated learning. Therefore, any strategy must be taught on numerous occasions with examples before students can try it on their own. Here you can find the strategies that I've created for our use. Some of them include a goal-setting worksheet, a mind mapping website for self-observation for your students or for yourself, self-reflection and peer assessment worksheets, a formative assessment checklist, and other strategies. You can see these strategies in greater detail on my website. I'm not going to spend the time explaining them at this time. As for a personal reflection, I've learned a lot through this course. Not only have I learned that this concept is important for our students, but I've also developed my own self-regulated learning skills as part of this class. I'd say goal setting has had the most profound change on my learning. I find myself consistently setting goals as my self-efficacy increases when I complete them. We have goals whether we explicitly state them or not. However, if you don't make yourself aware of your goals, then you may not complete them and end up feeling negatively in a learning context. You can go to the resources page of my website to see some of the sources that had an impact on my learning. You can now go to my website and browse through. You can find the files for the strategies that I've recommended, a blog that I completed during the course, the sources that I used, and more detail about my personal development during the class. Feel free to contact me if you have any questions or comments about my work. Thanks so much for watching.